use the word hype to refer to things that are trending. The past decades, they just use the word trend, fad, or even the older term, talk of the town. But speaking of trending and hype, have you ever asked why there's so much hype in Jesus? Welcome to week 31 of our daily Bible devotions. This week, we're going to take a look at the letters of John. First, second, and third letters of John. And we believe that this John here is the same John who wrote the gospel account of Jesus. Why do we think that? We think that because we see the writing style is very similar and the message seems to be parallel with one another. And the theme of, especially the first letter of John, the theme points back to incarnation again. It's like you can actually put side by side John chapter 1 and 1 John chapter 1. And I will read to you some passages. It says here, 1 John chapter 1, that which was from the beginning, which we have heard, which we have seen with our eyes, which we looked upon, and have touched with our hands concerning the word of life. So we have to pause there and see that John here is talking about the concept of the word of life, but the concept that is tangible, that he has seen, he has looked upon, and he has touched with his own hands. How about that? I will continue. The life was made manifest, and we have seen it and testified to it and proclaimed to you the what? Not just life, the eternal life. And testify to it and proclaim to you the eternal life, which was with the Father and was made manifest to us. That which we have seen and heard we proclaim also to you, so that you too may have fellowship with us. And indeed our fellowship is with the Father and with His Son, Jesus Christ. Now, if you're wondering, if you've ever asked why there's so much hype on Jesus, it's because these people who talk about Jesus, these people who proclaim Jesus, they do not see Him as just a man. They see Him, they know Him as something more. As what? Life made manifest. And not just life, eternal life. They see Him as God made man. So this is what I'm saying, that the theme of the letter of John is very much the same to the Gospel of John, because it talks about the incarnation, God having flesh, God becoming tangible. We know it's not impossible if we truly believe in God. If you believe in God, and if you know that God is powerful, you already believe in Him, that of course, God making Himself tangible is already possible. Now, will He do it? Now, these people, like John, like Paul, like Peter, the author of Hebrews, they're saying, yes, it is possible. Yes, we have seen Him. We have witnessed Him. We have experienced Him. And now we're sharing that to you. That is the hype, because they're not just talking about an idea. They're not just talking about a message. They're talking about an experience, a person. So this introduction is already a clue to what Christianity really is all about. People follow Christ because of this. People worship Jesus because of this. And that leads us to the principle that I want us to ponder on today. The principle is this: people who truly experience the light of God through Jesus cannot walk another path. Again, people who truly experience the light of God through Jesus cannot walk another path. You know, if you've experienced something great, something glorious, how can you walk another way? If you've watched a series that is so good, it's so compelling, how can you say that, no, I don't like it? You can't undo what you have seen, right? You've seen it as something great. If you've seen a movie that is so magnificent, it's so awesome, how can you, that will change you. How can you say, oh no, I don't like that anymore? Because you've seen it, you've experienced it already. You cannot undo what you have seen, you cannot undo what you have experienced, unless you will realize that what you have experienced is really not great. But if you know that it's truly great, it's truly magnificent, then that's it. You can't you can't turn a blind eye on it. You can't walk another way. The only way left for you, because you have experienced it, is to just keep liking it. Keep you know what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying, right? It's easy to bash something that you don't understand. It's easy to downplay something you haven't experienced. You can say, "Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that series. I don't like that movie." But maybe you're saying that because you haven't seen it. "Oh, I don't like that music." But have you listened to it? Have you checked the lyrics? Have you really put some time to listen to it? "Oh, I don't like that game." But have you tried playing that? It's easy to do that, to downplay, to bash, if you haven't understood it, if you haven't experienced it. But if you have experienced it, then that's the time that you have the authority to say, "Okay, I don't like it." That's the time that you can make an informed decision that this thing is not really good. But if you've experienced it and have realized that it is really great, there's no walking away from it. That's just it. Let me ask you, is your stand about God? Ask this yourself. Is your stand, is your belief about God, whether you believe in Him or you don't believe in Him, whether you believe in God or you don't believe in God, whether you follow Jesus or you don't follow Jesus, whatever it is, whatever your stand is it something that is based on knowledge? Is it something that is based on experience? Or is it simply out of ignorance? Or is it simply because it's a hearsay, out of what other people are saying, not because of what you have experienced and what you have understood? What I'm sharing to you now, when I share to you about Christianity, when I share to you about Jesus, this thing that I'm sharing to you, that I'm sharing with you, it's not out of fanaticism. It's not out of blind faith. It is out of knowledge. It is out of experience. I've known God because I've known Jesus and I've experienced Him in my life. Now, I will continue verse 4, 1 John chapter 1, verse 4, because this resonates with me. And let me read this as if really speaking to you personally. "And we are writing these things so that our joy may be complete." We are proclaiming these things to you, writing these things to you, so that our joy may be complete. That includes me. Will you complete our joy by giving Jesus a chance in your life?